Hi everyone, thank you for joining me in this session of Authors Live. Today I'm here with Garima Pradhan and we're going to talk about her latest book, A Girl That Had to Be Strong. So, first of all, Garima, welcome to the session. And would you like to introduce yourself to the audience and also please talk a bit about your book?
Sure. My name is Garima Pradhan, and I am the author of A Girl That Had to Be Strong and Broken in Beautiful. I have so far written two novels, and currently, third book is in the process, which will soon be available for readers to read out there.
Okay.
And to briefly introduce about myself, I have been into content writing for the past 5 years, and I am working as a senior technical content writer with Globalsoft.
Mm-hmm.
And my expertise is in the content. So content, graphics, social media, this is my domain. And also I'm a personality and a relationship coach. So I also give mentoring to the people who want to train their personality and be a better person or have some relationship issues going on in their personal life. So I fix those things as well. So that's all about me.
Okay, well, that sounds really interesting, Garima, and we will get to that in a bit because I feel like your career also influences your writing in a lot of ways. But before we get to that, can you talk a bit about the book itself, what the book is about? Who's the main character? What is she about?
Okay. A Girl That Had to Be Strong is the story of the protagonist, Advika,
Mm-hmm.
who is me actually. So it's my real life story that
Okay.
I have compiled in that book. So all the characters are inspired from my real life, and I've, given the lesson to everybody that failure is not the end, it's just the beginning. It's just that God wants you to try once more and, get to your destination because you might be picking a door which is just worth $10, and He might be asking you to pick a door that is worth $100. So
Mm-hmm.
failure is just a glorious attempt that happens in few people's lives. So count yourself as lucky because बहुत कम लोगों को ये मौका मिलता है failure experience करने का. बहुत लोग जानते ही नहीं है what is failure. So if you are the one who has encountered failure,
Mm-hmm.
congratulations, you are the lucky one.
Mm-hmm.
So always embrace that.
Hmm. I think I find it really interesting how you talk about failure as a glorious attempt. I think that's a really good way of putting it because you're spinning it in a positive way. And you mentioned that the book is inspired by you. So like are there certain things from your life that made it into the book? Like, can you get a bit more specific about the inspiration?
Okay, so to be specific, I am also partially qualified CA, and I have qualified till IPCC level. So I have encountered failures there.
Right.
So personally, I have witnessed failures and what exactly a person feel in their life. It's one of the toughest stones to crack. But you know, coming to that area and the difficult examination that we all of us give somewhere down the life
Mm-hmm.
is not the deciding factor for our life. So don't let it be the deciding factor for you,
Mm-hmm.
because when a person is, failing, people remember it and,
Mm-hmm.
they wait for it to say it on your face. Oh, अभी भी नहीं हुआ?
Mm-hmm.
अच्छा. So these are the words that, that pricked you, that really pricked
Right.
you. And people who have failed only know this. So I just want you to know that I have also gone those compliments,
Mm-hmm.
the one I'm talking about. But
Mm-hmm.
these pricks have never stopped me from being who I am. So all I would say is don't, be influenced by haters because कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. So
Yes.
just don't be affected and do what you want to do because it should not stop you from doing what you want to.
Yes, and it clearly has not stopped you from doing what you want to do because you put your story out in words, and it is inspiring a lot of your readers, which I mean, that makes me feel so happy because usually when I'm interviewing authors, I really like to know, how their own life inspires their book. So talking about, your life inspiring your book, can you talk a bit about, your history with writing? How did this passion for writing come around when you already have an established career?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So to talk about the place where it all started, I
Hmm.
was a small kid that time, and that time there was sports day in our school.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point of time, APJ Abdul Kalam sir came to our school, and he was
Oh,
the chief guest. So yeah, so I was very curious because at that point of time, a week later, there was my mother's birthday. So I thought, why not the poem that I've written? I shall just go to APJ Abdul Kalam sir and take a small review, like
wow.
how is the poem, so that
Right.
I can make some corrections, if
Mm-hmm.
any. So as a kid, I wrote a very small poem that is like, oh mother, you are the guiding light to us. You help in our work, you guide in our way, you think for us, you bear for us. Everything you do for me. Now it's time for me to do for you.
Mm-hmm.
That was my feeling as an idea whole kid. And when I showed him that poem, he said, I thought he will say good, excellent, or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I was, greedy for those words, but he didn't say that. He said, he just put his hand on my head like this and said, "You'll turn out to be a great writer if you continue in this field." And those
Wow.
words were like, I was very small to understand that. At
Mm-hmm.
that point of time, I was like very disappointed. I thought he just said something really bad about my writing, and I was
Right.
very disappointed. But when I grew up, and now when I look back, I see what he said
Mm-hmm.
became my reality. So
Mm-hmm.
it's something he could see in me that I was not able to see in myself.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So that's how it all started.
That is just an amazing backstory for your passion of writing. I mean, I feel like you can write a book about this incident itself. And that's amazing. And I also really like the poem that you wrote. I mean, the fact that you still remember it, hats off. That's so nice. And also I really liked how he said that, you should keep going into this, following your passion so that later on you can call yourself this writer who's so good at words. And clearly, like, you have followed that passion, and all of us thank you for that, because the world needs to hear more stories. So that is amazing. So after that incident, what was your experience with writing? When did you start writing, feeling like, I need to, my words need to be heard?
Okay, so it started when my sister left for her. Actually, I was working in my hometown, Bhopal itself, but
Mm-hmm.
my sister was placed in TCS, Ahmedabad, and she left for Ahmedabad, and she was very close to me. So I was, I was missing my soul sister because the little ones are very close to the elder ones. So when she was not around, I always felt like I don't have a person to talk because being both parents being working, I was not having somebody to share my day-to-day story that I used to share with my sister. So somewhere that gap made me pick the pen and start writing, and
Uh-huh.
I just started compiling what I felt, and I started experiencing emotions in a very intense manner, and I started writing it out and just started making videos and some blogs about it, how to deal with insecurity and all those stuff. So all such videos are there on my YouTube now. So I started writing and putting out my words into videos, audios, podcast, blogs, everything. So I decided to just give it all and just start expressing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how it all started. And eventually, because the gap of her not existing next to me made me just pick the pen and start writing, because I was very, very close to her.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like I was not having my soul sister to talk.
Right.
So that made me, somewhere she is the influence. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you turn to the paper basically to kind of, have your emotions flow out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people also relate to that,
Yeah,
because,
exactly.
a lot of people like journaling, but I really like how you went from, kind of putting down your words into paper to process your own feelings, to writing these stories that, your readers can read, which is again amazing. So, talking about Advika, your character, and the fact that she is modeled around you, can I ask you that, when you were writing this story, did you think that there are things that you learned from the character, or maybe something you figured out about yourself while writing about this character who is so much like you?
Yeah. So there was one thing that I learned from Advika, or you can say I learned it from myself and I wanted to put it out to the
Mm-hmm.
world. So one thing that I'm very I feel grateful to have is one quality in me, that is to never give up.
Mm-hmm.
If I fail even 3 times, 4 times, I don't, get disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have that driving force in me. If people have talked negative about me, it just adds to my fuel of writing. So it never works against me. It only inspires me to be better. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like if somebody has said something bad about me currently, I will take a year's time and I'll be at a place where they will be changing their words. So
Mm-hmm.
that became my reality when they were saying, "Oh, 3 attempt हो गए फिर भी CA नहीं निकल रहा." But
Mm-hmm.
then when they saw my journey, that when I published the book and got so much, fame and awards, and winning such title like Golden Book Award and such big
Yes.
titles, and recently Fox Story India's most influential people also. So all these things made a place in the society for me, that people like me who fail can also do wonders.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the a turning point for my life, because people who were like, she's somebody who failed,
Mm-hmm.
changed to the title, she's somebody inspiring.
Right, right.
So I have done it for myself, and I think anybody can do it for themselves now.
Mm. That's amazing. And first of all, congratulations for all the awards that you're winning. I mean, it's definitely deserved. I really like how you
Thank you.
persevere, you don't let any failure become an obstacle in your life. And obviously it's influencing not just your writing, but your career. And I'm sure your like other aspects of your life as well. Which reminds me, you mentioned that, you are a relationship coach and you have this experience with, personality training. So can we talk a bit about that? And can you tell me how that whole experience also, influences your writing?
Sure. So about personality, it's I personally feel that each one of us have something negative in us that needs to be corrected and needs to be made into a better version.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are open to accept that, okay, this is my flaw, only then certain changes can come into your life. If we
Mm-hmm.
go into the denial phase that no, 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 I don't have this. Like, let's say there is a girl who has an attitude, but she does not admit to it that she has it. She cannot correct it. But there is similar girl who knows she has an attitude and she knows it and she accepts it. Will definitely be able to change that for her future, for her reality. But for the other person who's not even accepting and is living in denial, will
Mm-hmm.
not be experiencing a better life.
Right.
So, for any good things to happen in your life, you first need to accept your flaws, because everybody of us, each one of us is like cactus. We also have some thorns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we need to accept that okay, there is a lag where we need to work, and we should be open about taking help from the personality coaches and be a better versions. So
Mm-hmm.
that has been my thought on it, and I've already successfully delivered a batch of 5 students who are recently placed in good companies.
Mm.
So that
Wow.
is all my training that involves. So anybody who has, fear of talking, fear of speaking, have some, shyness issues. There were
Mm.
boys in my batch who had shyness issues that they were not able to express. So I
Right.
taught them that this is basics. If you will not tell the girl of your class you like that you like her, you will not be able to get her, right? So
Right.
this is basic. You need to learn to express.
Right. So how does this work exactly? Like, what kind of a session do you have with your clients to talk these things out?
So personality sessions are basically a course that I've designed that
Okay.
say personality is your persona. So in this module, I basically take sessions of my students wherein they sign up to me and learn about their weak areas. They are open to share their weak areas, and it's a
Okay.
secret-based session
Okay.
wherein everybody will tell, okay, this is my issue that needs to be corrected by the end of the session, and I do that for them. And
Okay.
that becomes a reality. Okay, they have accomplished something in life.
Mm.
So they become a better version of who they are.
Okay.
So beyond deserving to better life, taking such session can elevate your life.
Right. I think this is also very interesting because it seems to me like, when you're coaching your clients, you're able to kind of understand, different human behaviors, their emotions, their feelings. And I imagine that must also help you a lot while writing characters of your books, because you are able to, pick out
Yes,
certain aspects that, this is how this character is going to be and this is how it's going to affect her.
absolutely.
Yeah, see, I think that's brilliant. And because talking about that, because you have so many experiences in your life that kind of really influences your writing. Can you talk a bit about, if you've ever helped anyone, become a better writer?
Yeah. So there was a reader with me who wanted to write, and she approached me. She actually approached a lot of famous writers before,
Mm-hmm.
who she thought would be helping, but they didn't even reverted back. So she was very disappointed, and she
Okay.
thought I would also be one of those arrogant writers. So she pinged me, thinking that I will not reply. But I never do that to anybody because I personally believe that no matter how successful you become in your life, always be available for your readers.
Hmm.
So I reverted her immediately and I said, what is the matter? Let me know. So she said, ma'am, I want to write a book. Can you please help? I said, why not? Why
Hmm.
will I not help you? So she was like, this is like amazing because nobody really helps in
Okay.
this era. Everybody is so busy. So she had this notion in her mind that all writers are arrogant and all those, stuff. Then I just made her correct her experiences with my experience with her that no, but not everybody is same. It's just that they might be having certain, issues going on in their personal life.
Yeah.
That's why they might have not reverted. Don't take it so personally
Mm-hmm.
because I am here to help you. Then why do you take it personally, right? I'm helping
Right.
you, no? So you can just always revamp your experiences. So
Yes.
I helped her get published, and she's published with Notion Press currently,
Wow.
and she's doing good with her books.
Okay, that's amazing. So, do you plan on, like, designing a course maybe, or starting a workshop or something like that to train people how to write, or just have like a writing group?
Yeah, I'm actually planning around that because
Okay.
my suggestions have really helped people
Mm-hmm.
to write a better book and get a better audience because
Hmm.
it's all about making an impact. If we
Yes,
are able to do
definitely.
that, we are successful as a writer. If we could impact somebody's life or change it for good, that is the win.
Hmm. Talking about you impacting writers, can you maybe just, give us quick tips, three tips maybe to budding writers who might be watching this and might want to know, where to start when it comes to the writing journey?
Surely. So all the budding writers who are about to start, first thing is try and fail, but don't fail trying because you
Mm-hmm.
will get exhausted and you will feel like giving up on the book, but don't give up. That is where the whole story will start. So
Yes.
just don't do that. Secondly, experiment a lot with your writing. If you think that certain things can be, changed for a better writing style, to work on that and
Yes.
just not be fixed about how previously books have been written because the history is something to be lived in history. That is why it's a history and not
Right.
in the present scenario. So you need to change with the time. You should not be like J.K. Rowling has written a book in certain aspects, so I will also write it that way. No, you don't have to do that. Just create a special niche and special style of writing with your own creativity. Don't be like somebody has been successful by this style, so I will also follow that. Don't be a follower, be a creator, be
Yes.
a true authentic creator and create your own style of writing. So
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like what the world would say. People will anyway say anything. So just don't worry about it. And thirdly, don't take criticism personally because it is just a proof that you will be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And stones are only thrown at people who are better or who are sweet,
Uh-huh.
you
Yes.
know. So don't take it to the heart. Take it like, okay, I am better. That's why people are cribbing about me. So take it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow. Great. I mean, you already have started us off with like three of the perfect things that, people need to keep in mind, because I think a lot of times, when it comes to writing, there's this issue people have with, building confidence, and that leads to them, giving it up midway. So I feel like, your the things that you're talking about, your experiences, your advice, I think I feel like will influence a lot of writers to, keep pursuing their writing journey. And talking about pursuing the writing journey, what do you have for us next? You said that you're working on a third book. So, like, what is the book going to be about?
The book is going to be about God.
Okay.
And because we somewhere feel that, the things that is happening in our life is not right. We are not worthy of the pain he's giving us,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot more questions that we have in our personal life. So I am going to address all of that via that book. And it's not me writing that book. And it's basically God guiding me to write that book for you. Because when I write, I always surrender to Ganesha to give me advice on how
Mm-hmm.
it should help people out.
Right.
So the book will reinstate the belief that God exists, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever is happening in your life is happening for a reason. So
Mm-hmm.
don't judge, don't compare that. Okay, because what happens is in usual family there are two kids. One is doing wonderful in their career, second is not able to cope up to the package the first person is having.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is they are somewhere compared by the basis of earning, which is not
Yes.
a right way to compare people,
Right.
right? If somebody is earning 20 and the other person is earning 20 lakhs, you
Mm-hmm.
cannot compare two people like that,
Yes.
because there might be a possibility the person who's earning 20,000 is somebody who is creative and who is not made for this field at all. But
Mm.
because the society and the education system has, created an ecosystem wherein you have to undergo 10th board, 12th board, and
Yes.
then only, get the degree. These, things have somewhere killed our creativity. So
Ah.
I think because of which people tend to compare students and, their own kids, and they
Yes.
just make you be like, जब वो कर सकता है तो आप क्यों नहीं कर सकते? It's
Right.
like what you can do is not something your brother or sister could do. So everybody has a different niche, and we should celebrate that. And
Yes.
rather than complaining and, comparing, accept your kid as it is.
Mm.
Whether they want to work or not, just accept it. There might be a child or a boy who wants to work in the kitchen and not in the, you know, offices. Accept it. There
Mm.
might be a girl who want to be financially free and want to work at office and not at home. Accept it.
Mm.
Why to, complain and crib and, make an ecosystem wherein she is compelled to do a certain thing she's not willing to do? And
Mm.
same applies for the boys. Why is the boy given the pressure to be the, breadwinner? Why
Mm.
can't a girl be that?
Yes.
Right? I think certain things are first to we need to resolve the gender roles, and
Mm.
there has to be an equal role set up wherein everybody is doing everything.
Right.
Yeah, and there is shared responsibility, shared relationship.
That's perfectly put, I think, Garima. I think you are so good at, combining both your spirituality and your open-mindedness, something that, people think don't really go well together, but you're able to mold them together. And I'm really, really excited to read this next book from you. And all the best for the next book. And thank you so much, Garima, for talking to me today. I feel
Thank
like I
you.
personally feel so inspired by you, and I am definitely going to take that phrase that, failure is a glorious attempt, and I'm going to apply it to my life. And I hope all your readers that are watching this and
Yeah,
just people who, want to pursue their passion in writing will also, get influenced by your words. So readers, please pick out Garima's book, A Girl That Had to Be Strong. I will put down links, and also I will be tagging Garima as well, so you can interact with her on her own social media. So while going out, would you like to say a few words to the audience, Garima?
surely, surely. So before we wrap this up, all
Mm-hmm.
that I would like to say is this is a personal tip that I would want everybody to, take into their life and, apply it. That is, in the run for achieving success,
Mm-hmm.
don't forget to put that smile on your face, because if you will say, when I achieve 10 miles, I'll smile, you
Mm-hmm.
will miss life. So enjoy life, you reach your destination on time or not. It's about the journey, not the destination.
Mm-hmm.
So embrace it. Because if you are not happy in the journey, you will not be happy in the destination. So
Right.
smile even when you don't have anything, and smile even when you have everything. So
Yeah.
don't give up on that.
Yes, that's perfectly put. I mean, that's so true that you need to enjoy the journey as much as you will enjoy the destination at the end. And which is why I am really excited to see your journey as an author in the future. So, thank you so much, Garima, for taking out time on a Sunday to talk to me about your book. And I hope we can connect again later on when you come out with another book and, we're able to talk about that as well.
Surely, surely. Love this session. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Garima. So I'll end the session now, and thank you to the audience who are watching this. And if anything, you can connect to Garima. For everything, if it comes to writing, if it comes to just getting inspired by her words and everything. So yeah, thank you, Garima. Have a nice day ahead.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Bye bye.